This was not written in advance. This one was written, fairly recently. I just had the idea for it, for the romance, and I wrote it, and we put it together actually quite quickly. It was not one of those things where I dug it out of a drawer and it's been laying around for ages. I needed two very strong people to play this. I needed a female who was that age and beautiful and could be believable as a kind of naive Nebraskan secretary in Hollywood who could later transform herself into a very sophisticated, diamond-wearing, nightlife Café Society type. In Blake's case, I needed someone who was, aristocratic, someone from town and country, or someone who grew up riding horses and going out on yachts, and just look at her.
I'm the type of actor that really approaches things like incredibly impulsively. I've done very little work that required much preparation. In this case, I was like really diligently obsessed with work, with like knowing my lines. And what I found surprising was getting to set and realizing that he was like, you can say whatever you want, really. You can say these words, you can say your own words. It wasn't talked about, it wasn't thought. We didn't have extensive discussions about what the movie was about. It ended up being much easier than I thought it was going to be. It was just like breathing.
I feel similarly to Kristen. I think it's just the strangest thing that somebody who's, in my opinion, the best writer of movie scripts, who also has such a specific voice and cadence, is so open to kind of like collaboration. He will ask us to, feel free to change his words, which we don't want to, or kind of fill in the blanks if there is a blank, because we'll do like long scenes in one shot. Sometimes requires filling in some empty space. It just is surprising that somebody with such a specific and rare gift also allows for kind of others to bring themselves to it.
It's nice to have that freedom. It's incredibly intimidating because his words are so beautiful. When he says, "Oh, feel free to improvise," it's intimidating. But he's such a strong artist. He has such strong DNA. If you've seen enough Woody Allen films, you have an idea of that cadence, that rhythm, what works, what he likes to see. He likes to see moments that happen, not these regimented, forced, fake things. He really likes to see people's personalities come out. So it's liberating.
The difference between the first time I worked with Woody and this time was I realized that I had no control over anything. I think I showed up at Midnight in Paris really over prepared and had an idea how every scene was going to go, and that went out the window immediately. And so I was able to, I think, approach this one with a lot more relaxation.
It was a romance that inspired me, the love story between the characters. That was the whole inspiration. I could have made it contemporary, I could have made it in New York or anywhere else, and then the idea hit me to make him an agent, and the whole thing sort of blossomed into a more picturesque atmosphere.